Hey brothers, thanks for tuning into this video that I think is going to be really beneficial for you in your life, because I know these rules, these things have been really beneficial in my life. The truth is that most guys don't do this stuff, and that's what really sets you apart, especially as a godly man, in showing up and being mature and being confident and being wise. These are the things that we want to embody, obviously, and I think these little things that you're going to learn today are going to help you get there. So the first thing is, don't be the first one to speak. Be the last one to speak. Maybe you're in a little bit of like a circle of guys and they're talking about something. Maybe it's even theological in nature. You can feel that tendency. I know for me, just as an example, when I have been in those groups, you're immediately kind of pulled to try to tell people, I'm smart, I know what I'm saying, so I'm gonna try to insert myself, my ideas, my wisdom into the conversation as soon as possible. This is the sign of an insecure man. That's the truth. And when I look back on myself in those contexts, and even sometimes now, I can recognize that insecurity within me, especially as a Christian YouTuber. I feel like I need to show people that I'm smart, that I know what I'm talking about, and so I need to insert my opinion in there. Friends, you don't need to do this. Like, how much peace, how much rest, how much just confidence can you show by saying, hey, I don't need to be the first one to speak. Actually, I can be the last one to speak. By doing this as well, you can take in what everyone else is saying, process it, and come up with something even better than what you were originally going to say anyway. So that's something that I think is just really base level of we should speak last. The second thing is, ask the dumb question. Maybe you're not in school, maybe you are in school, but regardless of what context you're in, you're going to learn some new things. You're going to learn some new skills. You're going to be in a context where you have a question. Maybe you're in a group with other people and they have a question too. Who is going to ask the dumb question? Once again, this is a sign of an insecure man, somebody that doesn't want to ask the dumb question, because if I ask this question, then other people will think that I'm stupid, right? You need to hold your security within yourself, within your identity. Look, I am secure and I'm significant because God says that I am, right? It's not about what these folks, any one of these people, think that I am, how intelligent I am, how smart I am, that brings me my security or my significance. That's found in God. So I can ask the dumb question. In so doing, I'm helping other people around me. So this is just one of the things that I never did, honestly. I never did this because I was so consumed with, I need to show to people that I'm smart. So if we're in a Bible study and I have a question about something, then I'm thinking in my mind, man, I should already know this. Or, man, people are going to think I'm really dumb, like I'm just a baby Christian if I don't know this. Meanwhile, there's probably some other people, maybe they are baby Christians that don't know it, right? And so by me asking, it's an act of humbling myself, which is a really, really good thing. The third thing is, always choose delayed gratification. Always choose delayed gratification. Take it in as a mindset, as a philosophy. This is how I orient my life. I am not going to have the cookie now. I'm going to wait till later, till I get all my tasks done. I'm not going to indulge in this now. I'm going to wait and do this later. Men that don't choose delayed gratification, I think there's two things going on. Number one, they're impulsive, right? I need the pleasure now. I need this now. And number two, I think they have a lack of hope and a lack of faith that when you plant seeds, when you work on something, there will be a harvest at the end of it. Like, that's the truth. That's just how the world works. But they say, you know what, even if I put all this work in, probably nothing will come of it. Maybe not in the way that you want to, but the belief is that there is a hope that if you constantly delay your gratification, right? I'm going to put in the work now. I'm going to put in the work today. I'm going to show up today, that eventually it'll pay off. Eventually something will come of it. Maybe not in the grand sense that we think or might hope, but something will come of it. We can have that faith. We can have that hope. The fourth thing is, cut out overstimulating entertainment. I am not good at this. I think this channel is just me constantly calling myself out on this. But I have TikTok and I've deleted it numerous times, but I keep getting it back, and I think I use it as an excuse that I need to use it for work so I can find videos that I can respond to and react to on my YouTube channel and on Instagram. But the truth is, I'm not good at cutting out overstimulating entertainment. And that's what I think is just going to be so key for us. So one of the things that I really want to do is start reading more, because I used to read a lot. Read more, take hobbies on that are more low stimulation for the brain, that it can be at peace, that it can be at rest, that it's not constantly in this fight or flight mode where you end up putting away your phone and you're just exhausted mentally. You're just exhausted and you need a break, but you haven't really been doing anything other than taking in all this content. So it's not good for our hearts. I don't think it's good for our brains. Number 5 is always do what you say you're going to do. One of the best things about the book Atomic Habits to me, and this is a very popular book about habit setting, was that you need to take on an identity and then you act out of that identity. It's not that you do the things and then you take on that identity. It's saying, this is who I am and this is what I will do. And so what kind of person do you want to be? What kind of identity do you want to take on? I am a man of integrity. I do what I say I'm going to do. That's the kind of man I am. So if I'm a man of integrity, how am I going to act out in my daily life? Well, if I say something, if I say I'm going to do something, if I say I'm going to do something for somebody, I am going to do those things. Write it down, right? Put it on your calendar. Make sure that you get it done. Like we said, delayed gratification. Do it now. And then you'll continue to reaffirm that identity that you are a man of integrity. You are a man of your word. Number 6, dreaming is essential. I don't know about you guys, but I love to dream. But in our culture, dreaming is often seen as a waste of time. It's unrealistic. You need to get your head into reality. Things are bad. Trying to push you in this pessimistic mindset, basically, to get you to complain, to get you to be bitter, to get you to blame other people. I'm not for that. And so as a man, if you want to create a vision for your life, you need to be able to dream, to say, what could my life look like? What could I be doing in the future? Where could I be going? What could I be accomplishing? What could I be achieving? How could I be serving others? Build this skill, this muscle of dreaming. Maybe it's been kicked out of you. Maybe you grew up in a household that was just always shot down. You need to be realistic. You need to, keep your head in the real world. I don't think that's a virtue. I really don't. I think it's much more virtuous to think about the possibilities of what could be. Number 7 is become the number 1 encourager. To be an encourager, you have to look beyond what is there. To be an encourager, you need to see past that to their core needs, their desires. What does this person really need right now? What is this person really insecure about right now? How could a word of mine that I speak into their life push them on a path to motivation, to hope, to joy? I think about when I was first going to start going hard in YouTube and dropping out of university. I brought this idea to my pastor at the time, and I said, hey, so I think I'm going to drop out of university and I'm going to do Daily Disciple, because that was my main YouTube channel at that point. And I was expecting him to kind of come back with a lot of realistic, how are you going to make money? How is this going to work? Really? That seems kind of risky. But he just said, that sounds awesome, Isaac. I'm so excited for you. That really was huge in my life. It was huge. And I'll tell you why it was huge, because 7-8 years later, I'm still talking about that. It meant that much to me, because in that moment, I was deprived of people that were outside of my immediate family that were in support of it. And he was the first one to say, Isaac, this is awesome. Go for it. Now, in the moment, I tried to come across as very confident. So people in your life might come across as very confident. And you think, this person doesn't even need encouragement. They're cool as they are. But often, this kind of hyper confidence is a shell to protect their insecurity. And that was me. I was really insecure about this decision, but I was coming off as, this is just makes perfect sense, and this is what I'm going to do. And in some ways, he saw past that, and he knew that I was insecure about it. And he said, Isaac, this is a really good thing. You're doing a really good thing here. I'm excited for you. Number 8 is set boundaries with female friends. Now, you guys know I have made a couple videos about this topic as well that you can check out on my channel. But just for the baseline, okay, because most guys do not do this, I want you to know that female friends are different than male friends. That's the truth, okay? And you need to set up boundaries with them, because people's hearts can get tied up when they're engaged in long conversations with people of the opposite sex. That's the truth. Or in situations where they're one-on-one, or when you ask them to hang out just one-on-one, you go out for food, you go mini golfing, that's a date, my friend. And that's why we need to have boundaries up here to protect their heart. That's the truth of it. Because as a man, you need to know that It's your job to protect the women in your life. That's the role, that's the calling that God has given you. Okay. And how are we going to do that if we're just acting flippantly about our decisions, about, oh, it's not that big a deal? If we're acting according to what the world will tell us. Because if you ask people in the world, it doesn't matter. But they don't have any boundaries whatsoever. And so let's reel this in and say, okay, what kind of boundaries can we put up as a man? Should I have women in my one-on-one in my apartment? No, that doesn't sound like a good idea at all. Should I have long conversations with them in a car? Is that giving them the wrong message? That doesn't sound like a wise thing to be doing, right? Should I lead them on in any way or kind of give them any air that I'm interested when I'm not? No. So these are the things that you should be doing, and we can go on and on and on, and you should watch those other videos that I've made because I go in more specific detail, but these are the things that most guys don't do that it's really important that you do as a man that's going to protect you and it's going to protect her. I hope you guys got something from this video. If you did, subscribe because I'm putting out new videos all the time. A huge shout out to everyone on the Men on Mission Patreon that support what I'm doing here. Until next time, keep pursuing the mission.